Hey, welcome back. My name is Dino. This video is on Sherry Turkle's book, Alone Together, Architect of Our Intimacies. It's going to talk about how tech keeps us apart. It's going to be part of a multi-part series. Technology proposes itself as the architect of our intimacies. These days, it suggests substitutions to put the real on the run. I'm going to propose some questions, give you a moment to think, and then give my own take. What is the architecture of our intimacies, and what are these tech substitutions? I'd say the architecture is interfaces on our devices and the affordances to give us how they allow us to be intimate, ideally with one another. And the substitutions are where our real, in-life, face-to-face interactions are later exchanged for texting, liking, tweeting, etc. Is it called Xing these days? Who knows? A place to love. The advertising for Second Life, a virtual world where you get to build an avatar, a house, a family, and a social life, basically says, finally, a place to love your body, love your friends, and love your life. Why do you think we need this place to love, socialize, etc.? It can allow us to transcend our physical, our social, our geographical, and even our financial limitations via virtual places, avatars, and even have friends that we couldn't have otherwise. So say if we're stuck in our physical body, if we're stuck in a social circle, a geographical location, or financial means, you can transcend those. Electric seduction. Technology is seductive when what it offers meets our human vulnerabilities, and as it turns out, we are very vulnerable indeed. We are lonely but fearful of intimacy. What do you think about the idea of we are lonely but fearful of intimacy? Does that resonate with you? From this, I'd say that short, quick, shallow online interactions are often substitutes for long, extended, deep offline interactions. So, technology offers seduction, obviously, but it can give us ways to forego real human intimacy. CareBots. Computers no longer wait for humans to project meaning onto them. Now, sociable robots meet our gaze, speak to us, and learn to recognize us. They ask us to take care of them. In response, we imagine that they might care for us in return. Indeed, among the most talked about robotic designs are in the area of care and companionship. What are the implications of we imagine that robots might care for us? What does that mean for human beings when we think of that concept? I say that it sort of implies that there are possible delusions about the reciprocal, symmetrical tech relationships. Like if you talk to Alexa, it's not really a person, but over time you might think that, or somehow subconsciously pretend that it's some kind of equal. And also it talks about the idea, or alludes to the idea, that I've thought about this from McLuhan's work, where you personify and extend ourselves into devices. When you say, if you're in a car and you're in an accident, you say, oh my god, that person hit me. But what they really hit was your car, most likely, like the outside of your car. So we often take the personality and the embodiment of our devices when they're obviously separate from us. People talk about web access on their Blackberries, so that you can tell this is a little bit of an older work, as the quote place for hope in life, the place where loneliness can be defeated. A woman in her late 60s describes her new iPhone. It's like having a little Times Square in my pocketbook, all lights, all the people I can meet. People are lonely, the network is seductive. If we're always on, we may deny ourselves the rewards of solitude. Any thoughts on that whole quote? I would say that by being online, being busy all the time, we miss the opportunity for personal consolidation, where that happens when you sit quietly, reflect on your life and the best things about it, some of the more troubling things. This deals with authenticity and being inauthentic potentially. Authenticity for me follows from the ability to put oneself in the place of another, to relate to the other because of a shared store of human experiences. We are born, have families, and know loss and the reality of death. A robot, however sophisticated, is patently out of this loop. Do you think we can achieve this type of authenticity via technology, or because of its not being human, there are limits to it? I'd suggest that the lack of human experience of these devices circumscribes our ability to truly authentically connect with a device. They are just not what we are. We have finite existences in the world, etc., etc. That was Alone Together, Architect of Our Intimacies, the first on a multi-part investigation into Sherry Turkle's iconic book Alone Together. Any thoughts on any of this? What do you think about the Architect of Our Intimacies? The idea of technology making our maybe not our interactions online maybe not being as authentic as they are offline, and some of the other ideas raised in this video. Please feel free to subscribe to this channel if you like this type of content. As always, thanks for watching. Take care.